Can you guys like see the text, or is that not working either? That's why I hate traveling, because my stuff isn't like ever gonna be in the exact configuration I need it. All right, PayPal 59.35, big discount from before. It's actually market cap's actually quite low. I always was thinking them as $100 billion company that was like too lumbering to like be acquired or to potentially be nimble enough to do something cool. But actually, now that I think about it, this is actually the perfect size. Sometimes smaller is a little better. Yeah, it's wild. Nine times earnings, but still growing. Come on, guys. This is a screaming buy. I'm not even sure I have to do any more math. I've already studied this company. So let's see here. Trade. Ooh. PY, PL. It's a pretty tiny account, so we're just trying to grow the percentage as large as we can, but also responsibly. Not YOLOing, but a little more aggressive than normal. So we're at 30,388. So up around $400, which is, I think, roughly a record high. So hope to get to like 2% this month would be good. We started, I think, on April 2nd. So 2% would be nice. So we got PayPal. PayPal earnings. Again, 10 times earnings or less on PayPal. Really compelling opportunity. I was talking to somebody about this earlier, that ultimately 10 times earnings is kind of reserved for companies that are going to go out of business. PayPal's got a pretty good moat. It's not going anywhere. And at 10 times earnings, I mean, the whole company's bought back in 10 years, right? Or less. I mean, I think they're going to grow. How are they going to grow? I don't know. That we got to figure out. That's going to be the question. That's the question on everyone's minds. Now, Elliott bought out, Elliott has a big position in the company. Do you guys want to see Elliott's returns? Not supposed to show you this. I know some people that work there. The big boss is Paul Singer, if you guys didn't know. Paul Singer is a investing legend. They have $70 billion in capital. 70, okay? That makes them bigger than almost every hedge fund. There's only like 2 hedge funds bigger than them. That's technically bigger than Citadel, which is wild. So they're the only bigger ones are Man Group, which is this old European hedge fund. It's kind of like this very unusual thing, and then Bridgewater. So Elliott is just massive. So let me give you some of their returns, okay? 2024, last year, they're up 11. Now, Elliott is known for low returns and low risk, almost no risk, no vol. So let me tell you the last 5 years, or 6 years, okay? Starting in 19. Up 5, up 13, up 15, up 5.8-ish, up 5, and up 11. So rounding some of the stuff up. I don't have the 2018 return. I got to go make some calls for that. But the other 3 years before that were up 3, up 13, and up 9. So I don't think they've had a down year in a really long time. In 2008, they were down 3%. But the year after, they were up 31, and the year after that, they were up 7. So they've had very little, almost no down years. And that's why it's one of the biggest hedge funds of all time. They just don't lose money. Now, they don't make a ton. They're not up 12 or 20 or 30. They're not a long short fund exactly. They do a mix of things. They have a merger arb desk, an event-driven desk. They do activism. They do LBOs, interestingly. They actually do private equity. So they do a little bit of everything. Yeah, Magnetar's interesting. You know, Citadel spin out. They've been around a while. You can read some of Paul Singer's stuff. He's obviously pretty active in Republican politics. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get $200 out of there unless they find a way to grow. But it's a really attractive stock. I mean, this absurd, you know, eight times free cash flow is fucking nuts. I mean, Adam's one of the most magnetic people. I didn't hang out with him or anything, but it's got to be one of the most magnetic people of all time, right? I don't like PayPal the product myself. I mean, that's not the question. When you're investing, you're not making a decision on whether you like the product or not. And that's all bullshit. Scaling checkout enhancements, improving PSP profitability, and monetizing Venmo. Fastlane. PayPal everywhere. Yeah, Bluecrest is another super fund. You know, Plaid is king of Europe, man. But, you know, he doesn't manage outside money, I don't think. So he's doing things a little differently. You're surprised PayPal is still around. In the last 4 quarters, they processed $1.7 trillion of payments. That grew 7%. I'm not sure the last time their TPV shrank, to be frank. What about the Honey scandal? They could write a check for Honey the entire amount tomorrow. Please chill, D-Lau. I don't know anything about BNPL, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the product either, but that's not my job isn't to rate the product. I'm not a product rater. I'm an investor. I know what a firm is. I don't have an opinion. A lot of people feel that layer of protection is a little too thick, so that's how I look at it. Tons of detail. PayPal. I sold my hymns. What's the... This is not really a serious issue. Only a human could write this poorly. Yeah, this isn't a controversy. Okay, SPY back up 35 bips. PayPal looks great. I kind of want to look at these fintechs like Fiserv and some of these other ones. If we're going to look at PayPal, we kind of have to understand payments and all types of stuff like that.